Welcome back, everyone, to the GGBL playoffs for season number 3. We're in the divisional rounds for the AL and the NL. We're going to do something a little bit different here because we need to make up for some lost time. It's been a while since I've last uploaded a GGBL video, and, well, to be honest with you, it's just been kind of taking forever with some other older series that I'm trying to end to make room for MLB The Show 24 on my main channel. So what we're going to do here in the divisional round is we're actually going to sim to elim. So basically what that means is that we're going to be simulating games up until the elimination point, and then from there we're going to dive into gameplay to crown the winner. So the winner has to earn it in gameplay. That's how we're just going to go about this, and I think, depending on how you guys like it, it's going to be up to you guys. We might just go this route for the rest of the postseason in the GGBL. Let me know in the comment section. It's kind of a big deal because most of the season's already determined in Sim anyway. Why not carry it over into the playoffs? It also saves me time to edit, and I can crank out more seasons that way because the playoffs always take forever. Granted, things in my life right now have been kind of hectic right now with new content and just in general. So it's been kind of hard for me to get GGBL videos out. So let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Do you want to go this route? Do you like this route? Let's just see how it plays out here. We got a 29-minute vid in order to get to the championship series for both sides of the AL and the NL. Now, 4 box scores here. San Antonio will get a victory here. They scored 3 runs in the 8th, 1 in the 9th to win this thing 6-5. So it was a good game for San Antonio. They were able to get another one across, and it was a tough one. It was a scratch and claw, tooth and nail type battle by the looks of it here. Chicago will get a victory here, 8-4. That's a big victory for them, especially when you're playing a team like Columbus that won 105 games. So there's your updated bracket, and we'll go ahead and simulate the next game here, which is St. Louis and San Diego. So every series, by the way, was tied 1-1. The only one that was not was Richmond and Houston. Richmond's up 2-0, but man, St. Louis made a statement here that they just want to end this thing right here, right now. 23 hits in this one with 14 runs. That's ridiculous. That's insane. All right, let's get it underway. Richmond up 2-0. It's going to be up to Angel Escobar to save Houston from elimination. 149 strikeouts, 66 walks, pretty respectable whip at a 1.44, and we don't have any season stats for Jonathan Piazza, even though he was a solid pitcher for the good boys all year long. We are going to jump ahead here to the top of the 4th inning as Escobar and Piazza both wheeling and dealing. Still 0-0, a tie game here in the 4th, but Richmond is making some noise, trying to get that first run across. Ground ball here, Jay Kinney, second baseman, will make the nice off-balance throw. Moving the runners over, though. Second and third. Kingston Monteser, base hit there to left fielder. Throw coming on in, and the tag is made. Darius Wilson gets gunned out. Trying to be aggressive there, getting another run across. It's 1-0 Richmond. Joey Bing, one of the top rookies in the NL, is going to strike out. Jay Kinney looks like he's going to K as well. Bottom of the 4th, not going Houston's way. Let's jump to the top of the 5th. Angel Escobar going to strike out Scotty Gonzalez. 6 Ks on the day for Escobar, but that is going to do it. So a little bit of a short leash there for Escobar. Pitch count must have been pretty high for the youngster. He's still only a 1-year pro, so he's still you got to try to protect him in the playoffs. High pressure stakes, high pressure situations. Probably the right move here. Still close game. 1-0. Bottom 5. Gardner's going to ground out into double play. Great job by the good boys middle infielders. Look at Darius Wilson. Speaking of great defense, oh my goodness. This guy just doesn't stop. He doesn't stop with the amazing defensive plays. It seems like every time that we get Darius Wilson in highlight reel form, he's coming up big with a nice play. Let's go top of the 7th. Miguel Montalvo. He was moving through the order pretty well since Angel Escobar had to give him the baseball. But Logan Boucher, who's normally in there against left-handers, hits a 2-run shot. Chris Addison in the top of the 8th is going to add to that one. That's insurance. 4-0 Richmond, and it looks all but over for the Houston Copperheads. unfortunately there, for any Copperhead fans, it looks like Richmond is going to get it done. Or are they? Or are they? Did I lead you on? Did I lead you on? 4-1 game after Bobby Gardner comes through with a no-out RBI double. Houston's got a little something going here, and Piazza's day is done. So he went pretty far. He was getting guys up and setting them down there with authority, it seemed like. 8 innings, he almost went the whole 8 innings. That's crazy. However, Fortenberry comes up and grounds out. Unfortunately, that was right to the third baseman. Could not advance the runner. Now 0-2 pitcher, foul territory, and Connor Altman. What is that? This guy can play some outfield. He's a very athletic first baseman, but my goodness, I have never seen a defensive play like that from a first baseman. Incredible. Incredible job, especially on defense all the way around. We got middle infield D. We got the outfielders that have been playing nice defense as well. We know what Richmond is at this point in Season 3. We know what they are. Pitching, defense, and timely hitting. And if you can put it all together, man, they are tough to beat. And they are 1 out away from their 3rd straight NL Championship Series appearance, and they'll get there. Richmond gets it done in a sweep. Navarre comes through in the 9th to shut down the Copperheads, and unfortunately, yet again, their postseason bid is ended shortly. They've had a tough time. The first 3 seasons, they've had a tough time. But they have been one of the more consistent organizations, the more consistent franchises across the GGBL. So tip of the cap there to Houston. They'll be back again, I'm sure. But they're going to have to add, I think. They're going to have a nice offseason. They might have to get some better bats, maybe another pitcher. They got to be really active, I think. Maybe some trades. Really got to get over the hump, you know. Richmond is the beast. The beast in the East, if you will. They are from the NL East. So, it's funny. Yeah, well, it's just like the Sandlot, isn't it? The beast. The good boys. Okay, moving on. Well, Columbus will get a victory here, 6-2, I believe that score is. And then a 9-8 victory here for Boston. So, Boston's now up 2-1. Columbus is up 2-1. And for Chicago, man, it's just it's hard to do. It is a very hard task to shut down this Columbus team. They've got so many weapons. They can beat you through their pitching. They can beat you and bludgeon you with their bats. It's just a very, very tough team. They're fighting an uphill battle, really. Now down 2 games. They got to win 2 in a row in order to advance. It's a very, very tough spot to be in. Boston scored 3 runs in the 9th. They scored 3 in the 8th, 2 in the 7th to come all the way back. Then, of course, San Antonio scoring 2 in the bottom of the 9th just to keep themselves within striking distance of a comeback. 9-8 your final score. So now let's head out here to San Diego. St. Louis up 2-1. You can see how back and forth that it has been. So you would think if the trends were in line, San Diego should get this victory. They're at home. They're in front of their hometown fans. They should get it done. They got Jimmy Madison, one of their best pitchers. But on the other side is Jack Riddle, one of their best pitchers, but he did not have a great year. 5.28 ERA. But he's hoping that his first playoff start will get him back on track here. It's been a long season. That might be more difficult than trying to squeeze water out of a rock. But we'll find out. We'll see how Jack Riddle's going to perform here. So far, the offense for St. Louis looking like they're jumping on Jimmy Madison here pretty quickly. Top of 3rd, still nobody down. Bases juiced for Paxton Dallas. That's a ground ball. Whoa, what a play there by Cornelius Kane, the first baseman. Not very many times you're going to see a first baseman on that side of the infield. Incredible play. But Sebastian Cruz is going to get drilled. It's going to load the bases. The run scores off that ground ball. Now it's up to Tyson Cobb to deliver the gut punch. And that's exactly what he's going to do here. 2 runs are going to score off of that double. 3-0 St. Louis. They know what's at stake here. They could finish this thing off, and they know they're going to need some offense because their pitcher on the other side, 5+ ERA. But so far, he's been pitching amazing. Ground ball here, double play. He's going to get out of the 5th inning. Still nothing scored against him. San Diego, though, in the bottom of the 6th inning, 1 down. Runners on the corners. That is a base hit RBI single for Julian Reyes. Bottom of the 6th here still. What a play by Tyson Cobb. Little flip over to Jack Riddle. Cornelius Kane just got robbed. That could have tied the game up. That ball would have went all the way to the wall. Oh, what a play by Cobb. And way to hang with it there, too, with your pitcher covering, knowing exactly and trusting your teammate that he would be there. Best opportunity for San Diego in a while. And they're going to fail because they're going to go to the bottom of the 9th inning with 2 down. Little chopper here. We've got to make a play. That's Blackman, the closer. Tosses it over to first base, and that'll do it. St. Louis will get it done on the road and finish off this series, advancing to the NLCS. Their first since 2017. I've got all this stuff made up inside the Discord if you guys are interested in joining that. Link is in the description if you'd like to join the Discord just to see kind of past champions and runners-up. And I've got it all dated back there, just completely made it up all the way back since 2004. Just so that we have some kind of like history and some canon to go off of. But yeah, they have not been to the NLCS since 2017. So it's been a while. It's been a long while. All right, let's get out here to Boston and San Antonio. So game 3, we know that Boston beat San Antonio 9-8. The Bandits have their best arm out here to keep them in it, down 2-1. Now, Chucky Myers, 10-13 last season. Boston feels like they have a game that they can punt. You know, you can get this thing to 2-2 if you lose, and you're going back home with your best pitcher, Franz Kapatic. So we'll see how it all plays out, but Chucky's got to get it done here for Boston fans. They want to at least get a playoff victory under their belt. But so far, bottom 2, San Antonio is now up 2-0 after Bear Bierbauer comes through with a 2 RBI single. Still bottom of the 2nd inning here. 3-1 pitch to Percy Burnside, the switch-hitting catcher. He'll draw a walk. Chucky is in a little bit of a jam here with nobody down. Mark Schnell is going to pop this up, and runners were moving. That is caught. That is an out. Out number 2. Out number 3. They've turned a triple play. I have never seen a triple play turn from the CPU, ever. Watch this again. So Schnell pops it up. Runners were on the move. Runners out from third base. Now that runner's got to come back to first. Not going to be in time. Chucky is there. And the triple play is completed. Unbelievable. Wow. Things could have gotten a lot worse for Boston had they not pulled that off. Unbelievable. Speaking of unbelievable, we got a nice play there by Matt Campos. Great play. Top third, 2 down. Machado goes deep. He'll tie the game up. 2-2. Now for some context here, Feliz does not give up a ton of home runs. He just doesn't do it. If anything, that sidearm delivery helps him with ground balls, helps him with strikeouts. But when he does have a ton of pitches being thrown, he's susceptible. That fastball does become flat. And Lip Branson goes deep. 2 home runs now given up for Feliz. And again, there it is. Super flat. Lip Branson knew exactly what to do with it. That is now 2 home runs given up for Feliz. Gorzelski comes up, and he gets 1 too. It is now 4-2 Boston. And Feliz has given up 3 bombs in this game. Mike Price, base hit here. Still trying to tack on some more runs are the Revolution. Tom Cloutier, deep drive to center field. That will be at the wall and caught. Oof. Started getting a little dicey out there. All right, Chucky Pinkard is still out there. Guys, and Percy Burnside. A big-time home run right there off the lefty. Switch-hitting catcher. Percy Burnside puts a charge into that one. San Antonio now down by 1. 4-3. The Bandits have to find a way to steal this one away from Boston if they want to stay alive. We'll see if they can live up to their namesake here. 4-3 game. Bottom 5. Schnell will strike out. Nice pitch there by Chucky Myers. 2-2. Fly ball. Nope, line drive. Excuse me. Line drive caught by Tom Cloutier. Inning is over for San Antonio. All right, Mike Price. Base hit here in the top of the 7th inning. Throw is going to come in from right field. Not in time. Lip Branson will score. 5-3 Boston. And they are running out of outs, are the Bandits. This thing could be over. We could not see a game 5. This thing might be over tonight. So 7th inning is over. We're going to jump to the bottom of the 9th. Elrod Grayson, their closer, is going to come on now. Try to shut this thing down and advance Boston to the ALCS to take on either Columbus or Chicago. Base hit here after a walk. Grayson Fields gets on. 2 runners on, nobody down. It's up to Rocco Casilla here. Ground ball. It looks like it's headed foul, but Rafael Weiss fields it. And now that advances the runners to second and third. Rafi, dude, that ball was going foul. And that's going to leave Bear Bierbauer up, who's already 2 for 3 today. Oh, foul ball. Put a good swing on it. Do that again, you will tie the game up. 2 runs will definitely score with a ball that gets into the outfield. So that's definitely what Bears got to do here. Can he tie it up? No, he can't. He'll go ahead and win it. 3-run shot for Bear Bierbauer. The game is over. It's a walk-off 3-run home run for the Bandits. They'll come all the way back. They will steal it. They'll live up to that namesake. They will steal it away from the Revolution. And they got to go back to Boston now to beat them in a 2-games-to-2 series. Absolutely electric. The mob scene at home. The Bandits find a way, and the Revolution in their dugout shaking their heads. They cannot figure out what the heck just happened in that 9th inning. They were absolutely blitzed. Elrod Grayson only recorded 1 out and gave up 3 runs. Oof, brutal. Absolutely brutal. Meanwhile, for Chucky Myers, the starter, he wasn't really that bad. He gave a very good outing, a very solid outing, but it just came to the very last moment. Why Boston lost that game. Unbelievable. All right, well, Columbus, Chicago, Columbus. And again, if trends are a thing, you would think that Chicago is going to win this game number 4. We said that about San Diego, and they ended up losing. So we'll see if Chicago has it in them. Well, not going to get started off very well as Daniel Anderson comes through with a 2-run home run in the top of the 2nd inning. Will Smith, Chicago's best overall pitcher. He's a very, very good pitcher, but it's 2-0. They're down. They need some offense here against Bobby Drake. Again, kind of the same mentality here for Columbus. They know that they've got their studs in John Choi and Janil Rivera. They'll throw Bobby Drake out there to save him a start. And if it's Game 5, they'll throw one of those dudes out there to kind of shut that thing down, shut the series down. But we do have a run being scored thanks to Angelo Ruth, and he's going to come on home. The tag, though, is applied. So Ruth comes through with an RBI, but he can't come through with a run score. John Choi just gunned him down at home. Let's go to the top of the 4th inning. That one's going to hit off of third base. Anderson is safe. That just bought him enough time to get down, and that big lug is able to get to first with a base hit. And that's just really unlucky for Chicago. Super unlucky. Will Till comes through with a base knock here that is going to score 2 more runs. It is 4-1 Columbus. Chicago behind the 8 ball now by 3 runs. Nicholas Chiatelis, deep drive to left. Choi looking up. That baby's gone. It's a solo shot, so they'll come a little bit back. The Breeze doing their best. Doing their best to try to chip away at that 4-1 lead. Choi will draw a walk here. Smith has been pretty erratic, you know. He's just kind of had a tough time against this lineup. 77 pitches in the 5th inning. He will allow another walk, this time to Riley Barr, a really good hitting catcher. So 3-2 pitch to Mario Mazza. He'll walk him as well. And that pitch count's just getting way up there. I think that he's going to be done, and there you go. So he is officially donezo's. Not the best performance for a team that really needs you. You're the ace of the staff for a reason. You got to find a way, man, to clutch up here. But Janil Rivera strikes out. Had a big opportunity there to bust the game open. But Peter Aubrey does get the strikeout. Nothing pitch here coming up to Frankie Bowen, who had an incredible season with more protection around him in the lineup. That is going to be a huge base hit for Columbus. 6-2. Make it 7-2. Everybody's going to score. Bowen gets the second. Now up by 5 runs. Lonnie McQueen, another runner on base here. That's going to drive in another run. Unbelievable. Will Till scores as well. It is 8-2. Columbus really pouring it on now over Chicago. John Choi, base hits. Could there be another run coming home? Ruth's throw, not in time. Ouch. 9-2. Still, nobody down. They will end up getting 2 more outs. But the throw is offline. It's going to score another run. So just when you thought that they got the easy ground ball that should get them out of the inning, the bleeding should stop, it doesn't. It doesn't. Frankie Bowen's going to get hit. Bases loaded. Anderson draws a walk. Could have been a 50-50 call there. Could have been a strike called on Anderson, but they're going to walk in a run. Now, 11-2. Will Till comes up. The former San Francisco Grizzly, brought in specifically for this reason. Be an offensive piece. Grand salami for Will Till. It is 15-2. We're going to jump ahead here. Bottom of the 7th. It is 16-3. Choi's going to jump for this at the wall, but that's not going to be caught. Not going to be brought back. Douglas Pringle does knock in 3 runs there with a 3-run shot. They'll score another one here. 16-7. Pringle in the bottom of the 9th inning. He goes deep again. But even so, 2 home runs for him. The fans know what's up. It's still a 7-run deficit for the Breeze. They'll celebrate a little bit because they understand, like, they just got to get theirs, right? They just got to get theirs. The game's pretty much over here. They know their season's done. 7 runs. An incredible play by Will Till yet again. Defensively, that's what he does. Still 1 down. Base hit here for Heath Calvert. We'll see. We'll see how much they can come back. No promises that the game's over, I guess. Don't want to lead you guys on too much. Trey Mashburn does strike out, and Angelo Ruth will strike out. So not very suspenseful of a finish. But a lot of runs were scored in that game. When I was editing it, I was like, how am I going to do this? But to nobody's surprise, Columbus, best team in the GGBL this season, 105 games that they won, and they're just like the most complete team. I know I've said Richmond seems like they're vying for it yet again, but it always seems like Richmond, as good as they are, they always seem to be the underdog. No pun intended there with the mascot, the good boys. They just always seem to be the underdog. They get Colorado, who was the hottest team in the league last season. They get Washington, very clutch with runners in scoring position, had a really great offense and really good pitching staff with Chris Peterson. Definite favorites in season number 1. And if they get Columbus here in season 3, I just think that Columbus is the team. You know, they're just a very, very complete team. They can do everything very, very well. Let's get into this matchup here. San Antonio and Boston. Let's take nothing away from the incredible play defensively by Lip Branson. So both teams tied up here 2-2. We got Frankie Freeman, with, of course, no stats to show. Thank you, MLB The Show. And Franz Kapatic on the mound here. So bottom of the 1st inning, after a clean inning for Boston, Frankie Freeman gives up a leadoff home run to Bartolo Machado, his 3rd of the postseason. Still bottom of the 1st inning, Bud Brewer, fly ball, center field. Looks like that catch will be made, but runners on the corners. That's definitely going to score the run. That's a sac fly. That was actually closer than I thought. Holy cow. Mike Price, you got to get a little faster there, bud. You got to get some wheels on you. Now, Lip Branson, who made a great play earlier, is going to throw this one into right field. Incredible throw there from Gorzelski, but the runner's going to be safe. That's Bear Bierbauer. Clifford Durham strikes out. He had a chance to get a fly ball. He got a little sac fly. But then Alonso Soto steps up big time. A 3-run shot, putting San Antonio up. Seems like Boston's got the bug, got a bugaboo. They give up 3-run shots constantly. Oh, hey, San Antonio gives up 3-run shots too, it looks like. Bud Brewer gets those 3 runs back. San Antonio literally just got them. They get them back. It's still a 2-score game, 2-run game. 5-3. Fly ball to center. Sac fly. San Antonio coming back a little bit here. Down by 1 run. Still the top of the 4th. We've got Casilla coming up. He lifts a little fly ball out to left field. Bud Brewer's not even really giving chase. You got to hustle, man. That's going to score another run for San Antonio. They've tied it up now, 5-5. And that'll be it for them. Let's jump now to the bottom of the 4th. That is a base hit into the gap with 1 down. Machado is having an incredible postseason, hitting the ball out of the ballpark, hitting the gaps, getting extra base hits. He's just going off. So 1-out double. Mike Price comes up. Goes Oppo Taco. It's gone. 2-run home run from Mike Price, his first of the postseason. It's always nice to see Mike Price get going a little bit offensively. If you're a Boston fan, he's one of your better pieces. It's nice to see that he's finally got one on the board here. Bud Brewer, he goes deep for number 2 on the night. It is now 8-5 Boston. They extend that lead out to 3 runs. San Antonio's they got to get it going here. They got to get some offense moving. Alfonso, 0-2 pitch, fly ball out to left, deep drive, but Brewers got that one. And we are officially through 6 innings, at least the top of the 6. Let's go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Mike Price comes up again, his second home run of the night too. So him and Bud Brewer pushing this Boston offense to the limit, it seems. They're on overdrive right now. Charlie Ward, what about you? Deep drive, and he's really polite about it. He's Mr. Nice. Turns that 97-mile-an-hour fastball around and hits it 405. Boston scoring a bunch of runs here. 10-5 game. Grayson Fields will strike out, and San Antonio is running out of outs here. Lip Branson, is he going to go deep too? He is! A 2-run shot for Branson. 3rd home run of the postseason. It is now 12-5. A 7-run game. I think this one's officially over, don't you guys think? Well, Mike Price, he's not done yet. He is chasing history. He's not only got 1, he's got 2 home runs in this postseason game. He is looking for number 3, and it looks like he just might get it. It is gone. 3 home runs for Mike Price in a single postseason game. That's a record for GGBL. That is Reggie Jackson-esque. That's stuff that makes legends, man. Mike Price could be a playoff legend. Let's say he gets all the way to the finals, the championship. That'd be huge, wouldn't it? Well, guys, it's not over. It's far from over. It's 13-8. It's a 5-run deficit now for San Antonio. Schnell with a man on base. That's a base hit. So San Antonio is coming back yet again, just like they did in game number 4. Rocco Casilla comes up. That's a base hit in the gap. Got to cut it off. Brewer does just that, but 1 run's going to score. And that's all they're going to get. So it's 13-9. 2-2 pitch. Grayson Fields base hit. They're down by 3. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Boston. You got to get somebody else up. They're going to go with Mitch Toney, the man that they traded for from Philadelphia. Can he come through? Bierbauer. What a play by Charlie Ward. We got to get a GG9 replay on that thing. Let's dial this thing up. What an unbelievable play. Right off a rock or something. It threw off Charlie Ward just a little bit, but he was able to hang with it and make the play. Way to stop the bleeding here. Charlie, after a great defensive play, he comes up with a solo shot. Look at how Mr. Humble he is, man. Look how humble that Charlie Ward is. It's 14-10, and Rafael Weiss goes deep. 15-10. What is this offense? There's so many runs being scored right now. It's crazy. So a 5-run lead, guys, and I think you know how this is going to end. San Antonio is done. They're eliminated. They just couldn't hang with the Revolution's offense here tonight. Unbelievable game. 15-10 is your final score, and the Revolution will be headed to the AL Championship Series to square off against those Columbus Cardinals. It's going to be a good one. I think Boston is probably going to give them everything that they can handle. I really do. I think that this offense will definitely play. But guys, that's going to do it for the video. It's going to do it for the episode. Leave a like if you like this thing. We'll have a little tiny preview here at the very end of the updated bracket as we preview the Championship Series. I think that the Championship Series might take the cake of the actual Gold Series, the actual finale, the 1v1. I think that this Championship Series could be one for the history books. Columbus and Boston, 2 great offenses. I think Boston is a little weak on the pitching side as compared to Columbus, but if they get a couple good starts, if they're able to get their offense to kind of hang with Columbus, I think Boston might have a chance to upset them and advance to a Gold Series. Now, Richmond and St. Louis, kind of a weird matchup. I don't think that St. Louis really has it compared to Richmond. I think Richmond's going to take care of them and get to their third straight Gold Series, but they do have some very good players, some very underrated players. Sebastian Cruz comes to mind. He's their catcher, good hitting catcher. You got Tyson Cobb, a first baseman. Don't count him out ever. And Paxton Dallas is a guy that is very underrated. Nobody really talks about him, but he was one of the elite players at shortstop in the GGBL, plus Andrew Donovan. He's an on-base machine. He plays good defense. He does everything the right way. Very, very underrated group of players for St. Louis. So they might not be the super sexy pick. They might not be a team that you know much about, but I think they'll give Richmond some games. You know, I think they'll hang in there, but I think Richmond is just a little bit better than they are, and I think Richmond's going to handle it. If I was a betting man, I would say Columbus and Richmond, but don't count out Boston. Don't count them out in the ALCS. Guys, I'll see you in the next one here later on next week. As always, thank you so much for watching, and peace.